1.3 months, 38 full days, 912 hours. That's how much time the average person wastes on social media every year. And why? Because the modern world is just so good at stealing our attention. We already wasted ungodly amounts of time, and it's not coming back. However, we can stop wasting it, and by acting now, we can literally get back years in the future. In this video, you will learn why every 3 minutes seems to get soaked up by a phone, 3 actionable steps to get back control of your time, and the single thing that everyone who got back control of the time did. I don't like to speak in extremes, but it really makes the difference between you actually getting back control of your time or failing somewhere along the way. So, why does every 3 minutes seem to get soaked up by a phone? The reason is pretty simple actually. In the basics, our psychology is pretty much the same. And the social media platforms take advantage of that because they want you to spend as much time as possible on their platform. And to understand why they do that, you have to understand how they make their money. They make money from advertisers, so from companies who advertise their products on the platform. And of course, the more time you spend on a platform, the more ads you are going to watch. And that's why the goal of all these apps, of all these social media apps, is to keep you on the platform as long as possible. And all those algorithms are there to do that, to keep you on the platform as long as possible. Just means that distracting yourself is easier than ever before. When we got bored a few hundred years ago, we wasted maybe 15 minutes. But now, when we get bored just for 1 minute, we can pull out our phone, and because all those algorithms keep us on the app, we are wasting maybe even hours scrolling just because we were distracted for 1 minute or bored for 1 minute. That's why so many people are stuck on their phone. But the good news are, you can fix it. With the following 3 steps I'm going to show you now, you can finally take back control of your time. First, I would turn off notifications. That's really this no-brainer because like the ROI, the return on invest is just so high here because you invest like 1 minute, 1-2 minutes for turning off the notifications, but get back hours, probably even days and months of time back in the future. Then I would remove all those apps like Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube from your home screen so that if you open your phone, you don't see those apps directly. That there's a bit more friction, that you don't just pull out your phone and then one click, you're on the app, but that you first have to search the app or something so that you just have a bit more friction. And then I would use an app like OneSec to get more friction into using those apps and getting more awareness over using those apps. Because right now it's as frictionless as it can be to open those apps and just start scrolling. But with an app like, for example, OneSec, you can get more friction in and get more awareness and ask yourself, okay, do I actually have to use this app right now? Do I actually want to? Or am I just distracting myself? The second part is getting more awareness over your phone usage. A way to do that is, for example, through using app limits. If you spend like 3 hours on Instagram every day, then put your app limit at 3 hours. And then steadily over time decrease that app limit. And the underrated point is to just see your screen time, to look at your screen time every day. So for example, on iOS, on Apple, you can get this widget on your home screen where you see how much time you spent on your phone today. It's just something to get more aware of how much time you're actually wasting every day. And then just be honest with yourself. Of course, maybe it's not your fault that you are scrolling so much because our modern world just makes it as easy as possible, but it's still your responsibility to fix that because it's really keeping you away from the life you want to live. So just be honest with yourself, see how much time you're actually wasting, and then take responsibility for that. And the third part, how to get away from your screen, how to get control back of your time, is to do of course, other stuff. Because if you just try to reduce your screen time, but don't have anything else to do, of course it gets easier to just go back and scroll again. So just get something else to do. At first it really doesn't matter what you do, because pretty much everything else you can do is better than scrolling. So if you just go out, not even knowing what you are going to do outside, taking a walk, then this is of course way more productive and way better than scrolling. So at first it's not really important what you do, just that you do something else. And then of course you can think about, okay, what do I actually want to do with my time? Do I want to learn a skill? Maybe try to build an online business, or learn an instrument, or get into the gym, get a good physique, or anything. Just ask yourself, okay, what do I actually want to do with my time? So that you use your time intentionally and not just follow the path of least resistance. So if you just do that stuff, turning off your notifications, removing those apps from the home screen, installing an app like OneSec to get more friction, using app limits and decreasing those over time, and just taking responsibility over your screen time and being honest with yourself, and then getting something else to do. If you just do that, your screen time will lower and you will get back control of your time. It's as simple as that. Look, I know doing all this stuff feels hard, but if you just stick with it, you will have a completely different life's outcome. However, the reality is that most people don't stick with it, that they keep wasting years of their time. And the truth is, to actually stick with it, there's one more thing you have to do. The ones who actually got back control of their time all did one thing. Whether conscious or unconscious, they all did it. What you need to guarantee that you are actually going to stick with all this stuff and that you are actually going to get back control of your time is a strong why. You need a strong why. Because we are emotional creatures. The problem of scrolling too much, it's not like we think, okay, now scrolling away 2 hours of my time, that's a good idea. It's an emotional problem. And an emotional problem needs an emotional solution. If you have a strong enough why, you actually will stick with it. Because then the pain of scrolling is higher than the pain of not scrolling. So if you pull out your phone and start to scroll again, but you have a strong why, you know, okay, that's actually pretty shit for myself. That's not getting myself to my goals. It's keeping me away from them. And you really feel this pain. And if this pain is more intense than the pain of not scrolling, of not getting stimulated and being a bit bored, then you won't scroll. Or at least you will decrease your screen time over time. Of course, probably there will be instances where you scroll again, but long term, if you have a strong why, you will get there. You will get back control of your time. So now, how do we get a strong why? Just pull out a piece of paper and start writing. Why do I want to stop scrolling? Why do I want to get back control of my time? What could I do with all the time I'm wasting on social media? How will my life look in 10 years if I just keep scrolling, as opposed to you actually getting control back of your time and investing it in things that actually matter to you? It's two completely different pictures. And then go deeper. Ask yourself, why do I want to stop scrolling? Why do I want to get back control of my time? So if your answer is just, okay, I want to stop scrolling because it's bad for me, then ask yourself, why is it bad for you? Okay, why is it bad for me? Because I'm not really using my potential. Okay, but why do you want to use your potential? Because I don't want to lie on my deathbed and regret that I didn't really live my life. And now we are at the core. That's an emotional why. That's a deep why. So really go deep. Don't just say, yeah, okay, I want to stop scrolling. I want to get back control of my time because scrolling is bad. That's not a strong enough why. Really go deep and ask yourself that. I know, of course, now getting out a piece of paper and really asking yourself that, you don't want to do that. Of course, there's some friction. But if you just do one thing to decrease your screen time, one thing to get back control of your time, then this should be it. Because decreasing your screen time, I mean, it's not that, it's pretty simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. You just don't look at your phone. It's not much more. Of course, you can do all that stuff that I told you, and that's going to make it easier. And that's the plan which is going to get you there. But if you just have a strong why and just stop using your phone as often, then this will work too. So really the most important step you can do is finding a strong why. If you just take one thing out of this video or one thing out of this whole channel, then let it be that you need a strong why to stop. And this is really the thing that makes the difference between you not sticking with it, you scrolling away years of your life, and you actually stopping and getting something else to do, actually using your time for things that matter to you. I know most people won't act on this advice, but if you really want to change something, and if you don't want to waste years on your phone just being passive, then just do the stuff I told you in this video. Really, you don't need much more than this video. Just getting a strong why, and if you want, doing all those action steps. Then you will get back control of your time. So I hope this video helped you. I hope you take action. I wish you a nice day, and bye.